Eclipsing Limits, Rihanna's inspirational crescendo. Robin Rihanna Fenty was born on February 20, 1988, in St. Michael, Barbados. She is the daughter of accountant Monica, née Braithwaite, and warehouse supervisor Ronald Fenty. Her mother is Afro-Guyanese, while her father is a Barbadian of African, Irish, English, and Scottish descent. Rihanna has two brothers, Rory and Rajid Fenty, and two half-sisters and a half-brother from her father's side, each born to different mothers from his previous relationships. She grew up in a three-bedroom bungalow in Bridgetown and sold clothes with her father in a stall on the street. Her childhood was deeply affected by her father's alcoholism and crack cocaine addiction, which contributed to her parents' strained marriage. Rihanna's father used to abuse her mother physically, and Rihanna would try to get in between them to break up fights. As a child, Rihanna had many CT scans for the excruciating headaches she suffered, recalling, "The doctors even thought it was a tumor, because it was that intense." By the time she was 14, her parents had divorced, and her health began to improve. She grew up listening to reggae music. She attended Charles F. Broome Memorial Primary School and Comamere School, where she studied alongside future international cricketers Chris Jordan and Carlos Brathwaite. At age 11, Rihanna was a cadet in Barbados Cadet Corps. The later Barbadian singer-songwriter Chantel was her drill sergeant. She initially wanted to graduate from high school, though chose to pursue a musical career instead. In 2003, Rihanna formed a musical trio with two of her classmates in her home country of Barbados. Without a name or any material, the girl group auditioned with American record producer Evan Rogers, who commented, "The minute Rihanna walked into the room, it was like the other two girls didn't exist." Rihanna went to Rogers's hotel room, where she performed renditions of Destiny's Child's Emotion and Mariah Carey's Hero. Impressed, Rogers scheduled a second meeting with Rihanna's mother present and then invited Rihanna to his hometown in the United States to record some demo tapes that could be sent to record labels. Recordings were intermittent, taking about a year because she was only able to record during school holidays. Pon de Replay and The Last Time were two tracks recorded for the demo tape, which were eventually included on her debut album Music of the Sun. That same year, Rihanna was signed to Rogers's and Carl Sticken's production company, Syndicated Rhythm Productions. Rihanna's demo was shipped out to Def Jam Recordings, where Jay Brown, an A&R executive at the record label, was one of the first to hear the demo. Brown played the demo tape for rapper Jay-Z, who had recently been appointed as president and CEO of Def Jam. When Jay-Z first heard the track, Pon de Replay, he felt the song was too big for her. Despite being skeptical, he invited Rihanna to audition for the label. In early 2005, Rihanna auditioned for Def Jam in New York City, where Jay-Z introduced her to music mogul Antonio L.A. Reid. At the audition, she sang Whitney Houston's cover of For the Love of You, as well as the demo tracks, Pon de Replay, and The Last Time. Jay-Z was absolutely certain about signing her after she performed her future single, Pon de Replay. His boss, L.A. Reid, was also impressed with her audition, telling Jay-Z not to let Rihanna leave the building until the contract was signed. Reid left it to Jay-Z and his team to close the deal, which resulted in a 6-album record deal with Def Jam. She waited in Jay-Z's office until 3 o'clock in the morning to get lawyers to draft up a contract because he wanted to prevent her from signing with another label. Rihanna canceled other meetings with record labels and relocated from Barbados to the United States to live with Rogers and his wife. After signing with Def Jam, Jay-Z and his team did the A&R for Rihanna's debut album and spent the next 3 months recording and completing her debut album. She worked with different producers to complete her debut studio album, primarily Rogers and his production partner Carl Sticken. With several songs to pick as a lead single, Pon de Replay was chosen because it seemed like the best song suited for a summer release. In May 2005, her debut single, Pon de Replay, was released under her mononym, Rihanna. It charted successfully worldwide, peaking in the top 5 in 15 countries, including at number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart and the UK Singles chart. The song became a club hit in the United States, peaking at number 1 on the Billboard Dance Club Songs. Music of the Sun was released in August 2005. It debuted at number 10 on the Billboard 200 and received a gold certification from the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, denoting shipments of over 500,000 units. The album sold over 2 million copies worldwide. A second single, If It's Lovin' That You Want, was not as successful as its predecessor, but reached the top 10 in Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand. Aside from her work in music, Rihanna made her acting debut in a cameo role in the successful straight-to-DVD film Bring It On, All or Nothing, released in August 2006. Month after the release of her debut album, Rihanna began working on her second studio album. A Girl Like Me was released in April 2006. Rolling Stone felt that the burning rock guitar and haunted strings of some of the album's tracks made A Girl Like Me likable. The album was a commercial success, charting in the top 10 in 13 countries. The album reached number 1 in Canada and number 5 in the United Kingdom and the United States, where it sold 115,000 copies in its first week. The album became Rihanna's first to be certified platinum by the RIAA, after selling over 1 million units. Its lead single, SOS, was an international success, charting in the top 5 in 11 countries. The song reached number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and in Australia, her first to reach this chart position. Unfaithful, the album's second single, reached the top 10 in 18 countries, including number 1 in Canada and Switzerland. 2 more singles were released from the album, We Ride and Break It Off. In early 2007, Rihanna appeared on the single Roll It with Jamaican band J Status and fellow Barbadian singer-songwriter Chantel. The song appeared on J Status' debut album The Beginning, released in several European countries only. Around that time, Rihanna had already begun work on her third studio album, Good Girl Gone Bad. With the help of producers Timbaland, Tricky Stewart and Sean Garrett, she embraced a new musical direction through up-tempo dance tracks. Released in May 2007, the album charted at number 2 in Australia and the US and topped the charts in multiple countries, including Brazil, Canada, Ireland, and the UK. The album received the most positive critical reviews of her first 3 albums. The lead single, Umbrella, topped the charts in 13 countries and remained at number 1 in the UK for 10 consecutive weeks, the longest-running number 1 single there since Wet 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 single, Love Is All Around, spent 15 weeks at the top in 1994. It was Rihanna's first single to be named one of the best-selling singles worldwide, with sales of over 8 million copies. The songs, Shut Up and Drive, Hate That I Love You, featuring Neo, and Don't Stop the Music, were also released as singles, with the latter becoming an international hit. In support of the album, Rihanna began the Good Girl Gone Bad tour in September 2007, with 80 shows across the US, Canada, and Europe. Rihanna was nominated for several 2008 Grammy Awards for Good Girl Gone Bad, winning Best Rap/Sung Collaboration for Umbrella, alongside Jay-Z, her first Grammy Award. In early 2009, Rihanna began working on her fourth studio album, Rated R. Rated R was released in November 2009. The album had Rolling Stone magazine stating that Rihanna transformed her sound and made one of the best pop records of the year. Rated R featured a darker and more foreboding tone than Rihanna's previous albums. Rated R debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200 chart. The album was supported by 6 singles, including Rude Boy, which was the biggest worldwide success from the album, topping the US Billboard Hot 100 for 6 weeks and reaching top 10 positions in 22 other countries. In summer 2010, Rihanna collaborated with rapper Eminem on Love the Way You Lie, which was a major worldwide success, reaching number 1 in over 20 countries. Reaching number 2, the song became the biggest-selling song of 2010 in the UK and the first of Rihanna's singles to sell over 1 million copies in the country. In October 2010, Rihanna switched managers, joining Jay-Z's Roc Nation management. In late 2010, she was featured on 3 singles, Kanye West's All of the Lights, from the album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 2010, Nicki Minaj's Fly, from her debut studio album Pink Friday, 2010, and David Guetta's Who's That Chick, from the album One More Love, 2010. In 2014, Rihanna appeared on Shakira's single, Can't Remember to Forget You. Following the release of Unapologetic and its accompanying tour, Rihanna aimed to take a hiatus from recording music, stating, I wanted to have a year to just do whatever I want artistically, creatively. In May 2014, Rihanna left Def Jam Recordings to sign fully with Roc Nation, the record label that had managed her career since October 2010. In October 2017, Shaka revealed that he was working with Rihanna on her Absolutely Insane album. In December 2018, Rihanna confirmed that the album would be released in 2019, and later announced that it is a reggae project. In August 2019, fans noticed that Rihanna and co-songwriters Colin Edwards, Monique Lawrence, and Alexander Ogunmokun registered a song titled Private Loving with the music publishing organization BMI. In September 2019, it was announced she had signed with Sony/ATV Music Publishing. In December 2019, Rihanna alluded to her album being complete and indefinitely withholding the release date in an Instagram post. She was next featured on Canadian singer PartyNextDoor's song, Believe It, which was released on March 27, 2020. On September 25, 2022, Rihanna announced that she would be headlining the Super Bowl 57 halftime show, which marked her first live performance in over 5 years, and the end of her previously self-imposed boycott of the event, which she instigated in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. The show had a mostly positive reception. It was initially reported that the performance gained a total of 118.7 million viewers across TV and digital platforms, however the figure was later revised by Nielsen Media Research, who adjusted the number to 121.017 million viewers, making it the most-watched halftime show in history, surpassing Katy Perry's performance at the Super Bowl 49 halftime show. On October 28, 2022, Rihanna released the lead single from the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever soundtrack, Lift Me Up, her first solo musical release since Anti. The song earned her nominations for the Golden Globe and Academy Award for Best Original Song. Rihanna's first fragrance, Rebelle Fleur, was released in January 2011. According to Rolling Stone, Rebelle Fleur was a financial success and was expected to gross $80 million at retail by the end of 2011. Rihanna's second fragrance, Rebelle, was released in February 2012. The promotional campaign for Rebelle was shot by director Anthony Mandler, who also shot the promotional campaign for Rebelle Fleur. In November 2012, Rihanna released her third fragrance, Nude. Rihanna's fourth women's fragrance, titled Rogue, was released on September 14, 2013, followed by a male version entitled Rogue Men, which was released in 2014. In November 2015, Rihanna and Benoit Demouy launched a beauty and stylist agency named FR8Me. Fenty was a fashion brand by Rihanna under the luxury fashion group LVMH, which launched in May 2019. She was the first woman to create an original brand for LVMH and also the first woman of color to lead an LVMH brand. The house launched in a pop-up store on May 22, 2019, in Paris, before launching worldwide online on May 29 and included clothing, accessories, and footwear. It was the first line that LVMH had launched since 1987. In 2017, Rihanna launched her cosmetics company Fenty Beauty under LVMH's Kendo brands. Rihanna owns 50% of Fenty Beauty, according to Forbes. The partnership was worth $10 million and would see Rihanna release various beauty products. The first installment of Fenty Beauty was released on September 8, 2017, in stores and online, available in over 150 countries. In 2018, Rihanna launched a lingerie brand named Savage X Fenty. The line was born from Rihanna's vision creating an inclusive brand. In July 2020, Rihanna launched a skin care brand called Fenty Skin. In 2006, she created her Believe Foundation to help terminally ill children. In 2007, Rihanna was named as one of the Cartier Love Charity Bracelet Ambassadors, with each celebrity representing a different global charity. To help raise awareness and combat HIV/AIDS, Rihanna and other public figures designed clothing for the February 2008 H&M Fashion Against AIDS line. In 2008, Rihanna performed a series of charity concerts entitled A Girls' Night Out to benefit the Believe Foundation. The concerts were made free for the public. Money from sponsors and advertisers were to be donated to provide medical supplies, school supplies, and toys to children in need. In September 2008, Rihanna contributed to the song, Just Stand Up, with 15 other female artists, who shared the stage to perform the song live on September 5, 2008, during the Stand Up to Cancer television special. The proceeds from the single were given to the fundraiser. The television special helped raise $100 million for cancer research. Rihanna founded the Clara Lionel Foundation, CLF, in 2012, in honor of her grandparents, Clara and Lionel Braithwaite. Programs include the Clara Braithwaite Center for Oncology and Nuclear Medicine at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados, and education programs. The CLF hosts an annual Diamond Ball charity fundraiser event. The inaugural event in 2014 raised over $2 million and the second raised over $3 million. On February 12, 2012, Rihanna performed a benefit show at the House of Blues to raise money for the Children's Orthopedic Center and the Mark Taper Johnny Mercer Artists Program at Children's Hospital. In November 2012, Rihanna gave $100,000 to food bank donation for Hurricane Sandy. On January 3, 2014, Rihanna was part of the Mac Viva Glam campaign, which benefits women, men, and children living with HIV/AIDS. In March 2020, Rihanna donated $5 million to COVID-19 relief and followed that up with additional donations of personal protective equipment to the state of New York and an offer of $700,000 worth of ventilators to her home country Barbados. In April 2020, Rihanna further donated an additional $2,100,000, matching Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey for a total of $4,200,000, to provide support and resources to individuals and children suffering from domestic violence amid the lockdown. Singer, songwriter, fashionista, model and businesswoman, Robin Rihanna Fenty aka Rihanna is currently the youngest self-made billionaire in the US with a net worth of $1.4 billion. And so, it's not surprising that her luxury indulgences include swanky properties, high-end jewelry, and a huge car collection of some of the most expensive automobiles. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren Stirling Moss is a limited edition supercar named after the legendary British racer. Reportedly, in 2008, the makeup mogul bought the chic car costing over $1 million for her then-boyfriend Chris Brown's 24th birthday. But when they broke up in 2013, she decided to keep the beauty for herself. Most car enthusiasts love Ferraris, and Rihanna is no exception. As per various reports, the Diamond singer owns a Ferrari 488 GTB. The swanky car from the Italian auto giant falls in the price range of $225,000 and $290,000. Rihanna has a bright red Lamborghini Aventador as a part of her expansive car collection. The Umbrella singer often rides this supercar costing around $399,500 on weekends. Maybach 57S is another prized possession of the pop singer. She has been spotted driving this magnificent beast often. Maybach is the most luxurious four-wheeler made by the German automobile company, Mercedes. 57S is the ultra-rich version of the luxurious S-Class, which reportedly cost her around USD for $17,000. From the long list of expensive and luxurious cars that Rihanna has in her garage, the Porsche 997 is one of her favorite. Porsche 997 is not only the fastest car in the Fashionistas collection, but it is also among one of the fastest supercars by the auto giant Porsche. The coupe has a 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged flat 6-cylinder engine that can generate up to 640 HP. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 2.8 seconds. Reportedly, the superfast automobile has a price tag of around USD 216,000. What's a luxury car collection without a Rolls-Royce? And Rihanna has an ultra-expensive Cullinan in her collection. The British car company is famous for making luxury vehicles that offer the utmost comfort and an extremely smooth drive. Cullinan is no exception. The SUV showcases their fine craftsmanship and is a perfect blend of luxury and practicality. The price range starts from $355,000. Among some not-so-expensive tagged vehicles parked in her garage are her BMW 328i, costing around $39,000, as per reports. It was a popular choice of sedan among celebs in the early 2010s. Reportedly, she also owns a Chevrolet Suburban LTZ worth $75,000 and a Jeep Wrangler worth $66,000. Rihanna began dating American singer Chris Brown in 2007. Their relationship ended in February 2009, following their highly publicized domestic violence case. She then entered an on-again, off-again relationship with Canadian rapper Drake, which lasted from 2009 to 2016. During an interview with Rolling Stone in January 2013, Rihanna confirmed that she had rekindled her relationship with Brown, although he remained under probation for their 2009 domestic violence case. Their reunion followed persistent media speculation that occurred throughout 2012. In May 2013, Brown stated during an interview that he and Rihanna had broken up again. In 2017, Rihanna began dating Saudi businessman Hassan Jameel. They split in January 2020. On May 19, 2021, American rapper A$AP Rocky confirmed during an interview with GQ that he and Rihanna were in a relationship. On January 31, 2022, it was revealed that the couple was expecting their first child. On May 19, 2022, it was confirmed that Rihanna had given birth to a son. On May 10, 2023, Rocky and Rihanna revealed their son's name as RZA Athelaston Mayers, named after Wu-Tang Clan leader and founder RZA. On February 12, 2023, during the Super Bowl 57 halftime show performance, Rihanna revealed she was pregnant with her second child, becoming the first person to headline a Super Bowl halftime show while pregnant. The pregnancy was confirmed in a British Vogue cover story featuring her family, which was released days after the Super Bowl appearance. On August 1, 2023, they welcomed their second son, named Riot Rose Mayers. On February 8, 2009, Rihanna's scheduled performance at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards was cancelled. Reports surfaced that her boyfriend at the time, Chris Brown, had physically assaulted her. He turned himself into the police and was booked on suspicion of making criminal threats. On March 5, 2009, Brown was charged with assault and making criminal threats. Due to a leaked photograph from the police department obtained by TMZ.com, which revealed that Rihanna had sustained extensive visible injuries, an organization known as Paparazzi proposed Rihanna's Law, which, if enacted, would deter employees of law enforcement agencies from releasing photos or information that exploits crime victims. Gil Kaufman of VH1 reported that non-stop coverage of the Rihanna/Brown case has brought up a number of issues regarding the privacy of alleged victims of domestic violence, including the decision by almost all major news outlets to divulge the identity of the victim, which is not typically done in domestic violence cases, and discussed the controversial distribution of the leaked photograph. Rihanna was subpoenaed to testify during a preliminary hearing in Los Angeles on June 22, 2009. On June 22, 2009, Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault. Brown received 5 years of probation and was ordered to stay 50 yards, 46 meters, away from Rihanna unless at public events, which then would be reduced to 10 yards, 9 meters. On September 2, 2009, Brown spoke about the domestic violence case in a pre-recorded Larry King live interview, his first public interview about the matter. He was accompanied to the interview by his mother, Joyce Hawkins, and attorney Mark Garagos, as he discussed growing up in a household with his mother being repeatedly assaulted by his stepfather. Brown said of hearing details of his assault of Rihanna, "I'm in shock, because, first of all, that's not who I am as a person, and that's not who I promise I want to be." Rihanna's lifestyle serves as a beacon of inspiration, reflecting resilience, innovation, and fearlessness. From her humble beginnings to global stardom, she embodies the spirit of perseverance, proving that barriers can be shattered through talent and determination. Rihanna's unapologetic authenticity empowers others to embrace their individuality, fostering a culture of self-expression and inclusivity. Her entrepreneurial ventures, including Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty, emphasize diversity and redefine industry standards. Through philanthropy and advocacy, she amplifies her impact, addressing social issues and promoting positive change. Rihanna's journey encourages individuals to dream boldly, break molds, and contribute meaningfully to the world, forging a legacy beyond music. Do well to follow, comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notification to encourage us to publish more contents like this. From all of us at Didactic Contents, we love you all.